Hi everyone, it's Bella, and today I'd like to talk to you about the astrology for 2022 and the general energy potentials. Now, Pluto will be in Capricorn until 2024, reaching a power potency which will have us witnessing the continued exposure of corruption and abuse of top-down power, big corporations, restructuring of governments, and redistribution of power and control structures. Now, upon the time when it ingresses Aquarius, with the potential of a one-world government to emerge, directed towards equality and humanitarian reforms, or the other extreme of movement toward dictatorship. This will largely depend on the willingness of the people to unite and communities to govern themselves, moving away from the forces that would like to separate us. Pluto will also reach a critical degree point of intensity, and we could possibly see much death going from 2022 into 2023. The United States will also be experiencing its Pluto return in 2022, which will be affecting the world at large. Pluto will be where it was in 1776, with the narrative of this country inverting, leading to either a new beginning or a final end. Neptune will be in Pisces until 2025. And we are being prompted to move into a stronger spiritual awareness, becoming more compassionate and aware of each other's similarities, our connectedness to each other as a human family and the universe, moving into higher levels of consciousness and understanding on all vibratory levels, moving away from judgment, racism, division into unconditional love and acceptance, permeating boundaries of division, uniting in wholeness as part of the divine plan of the Creator for a new earth. Uranus will be in Taurus until 2026, where God will speak to man through earth events. Uranus here can bring practical innovation designed towards utilitarian purposes, and will continue to electrify our bodies, the earth, and shake up our financial systems and currencies, moving towards everything digital, bringing change not only to trade and new currency, but also our personal values, the spiritual versus material, and finding balance here. We will be seeing more online businesses as last year's North Node in Gemini also connected us to words, pushed to move away from touch to computer-operated and AI systems instead, even medical technology, consultations, and more. Uranus here touches upon the subject of ownership and land, a rebalance of wealth. Overall, our value system will be changing, and we will not be as concerned with material possessions, greed, and earthly success. Uranus rules the primordial realm, and this could indicate more of outer space coming into Earth, Taurus, and more of inventions going out. Our knowledge, talents, skills, and unique gifts will become our new currency and trade. Living authentic lives that are fulfilling and purpose-filled will be more what we desire. Agriculture will be unstable. Weather changes, food and water supplies, including electricity, could be disrupted. Oil and food prices could skyrocket in 2022. More and more earth events and natural disasters involving earth and water. Saturn still in Aquarius until March 2023, bringing our attention to inequality, digital surveillance, health passports, tracking, alliance integration, unemployment, supply chains tested, food shortages, colder temperatures, and the restriction of people. Could spell global recession while it is here, and cutting back that which is unnecessary would be wise. Strict travel legislation worldwide, its controlled development, its discipline, its law and order, its faith and fear. But through the restrictions, we will gain spiritual growth and wisdom and a wholesome understanding. Restructuring takes time, patience, discipline, difficulties, and hard work, but it will be worthwhile and long-lasting. It might take you to a road less traveled if you follow the unconventional way. But Aquarius is not there to conform to others' ideas of what is acceptable. Aquarius has revolutionary vision of new possibilities, requires freedom and independence, and has the determination to make it happen. On the 1st of January, Jupiter will ingress Pisces again until May 10th, and then spend time in Aries until retrograding back into Pisces on the 28th of July, where it will spend until the 20th of December. Jupiter in Aries has new vision, enhances a feel for freedom, independence, faith in your abilities, enthusiasm, optimism. Optimism is unfiltered, and opinions and views are unfiltered. It can bestow more consideration and compassion for others. Wants to fight for a cause, but can also have a shadow side of arrogance, self-judgment, selfishness, overpowering anger, military action, bullying, accidents, exaggeration, overindulgence, and extreme risk-taking or impulsivity. Jupiter in Aries gives a blind faith of almost endless possibilities. Jupiter in Aries gives self-confidence, bravery, and there's an emphasis on standing strong in authenticity without fear, knowing who you are. Jupiter here can also indicate new leadership. While in Pisces, it will also conjunct Neptune on the 12th of April, 2022. A limitlessness of sorts in spiritual connectedness, which could bring big events regarding religion, cultural experiences, water, flooding, charity, children, the truth, the law. This can touch on more sea travel and a huge spiritual awakening and unity. It could be important to keep it real during this time and not get carried off into dissolving fantasies. This could also be a big time for music and the movie industry. And Jupiter will then retrograde back into Pisces on the 28th of July. Unusual and shocking events will continue in our new age, and alternative and unusual methods will become more of the norm to us. Our mental energy is also becoming more intuitive and able to access higher knowledge easier. All kinds of technology, aviation, robotics, energy, wave energy, and energy medicine. Change and upgrades and downloads is the order of the day in these times. Art, music, theater, nostalgia, history, and the tangible will become more valuable and cherished moving forward. The North Node will be shifting from mutable airy Gemini into fixed Earth Taurus, and the South Node from mutable firey Sagittarius into fixed watery Scorpio. The financial power and control axis is activated for the next 18 months. What is yours and what is mine? Our jobs, how we make money, taxes, debts, the material and the deeper side of life. Our security and how we feel safe. We could realize that practical skills are worth gold. Take your power back. The North Node in Taurus highlights self-sustaining, growing our own food and medicine, working the land, getting back to basics and down to earth, teaching our children basic skills and how to knit or make a fire. This placement will bring huge permanent shifts financially. And with the conversations it will have with Uranus and Mars and other aspect configurations and cycles, we can expect explosive events, upheavals, revolutionary energy, rebellion, unrest, and financial crises of sorts. The North Node was in Taurus when the euro was introduced. Uranus in Taurus with the North Node will remind you where you need more freedom, where you want or need to break out of an old rigid routine or structure that is slowing you down or suffocating you slowly, and where you need to break, end, adjust, or do something in a new, alternative way. With the South Node in Scorpio, we can expect it not to be a good time for loans or financial assistance, but rather a time where we should try and get out of debt. There is an emphasis on sharing resources, helping each other, energy medicine, buying local, cutting back, minimizing, detoxing of all kinds of poison, body, mind, and soul, not to mention recycling, reusing, transforming the old into the new. The South Node here will unveil much corruption, secrets, sex and prostitution scandals, financial schemes and fraud, and hidden agendas all across the board will be revealed. Mars will retrograde in Gemini from October 30th. And while it is retrograde, we could see more violence in the streets, accidents, car issues, explosions, transportation and traffic, verbal disputes, engineering and technological advancements. We might find ourselves multitasking more, being a bit more scatterbrained. Gossip can be more common, and criminal activity regarding data or information. Aquarius will remind us that even though we are part of a community, of a whole, we are unique individuals first, and your unique energy is vital to the group. The water bearer brings the living water and spirit of the divine and pours it out onto earth in order to spiritually supply and regenerate man and earth. We can choose to use the pressure to fuel our creativity and find new possibilities, including in order to connect to each other as well as to the higher vibration of God, our source. Strangers will become our family. We will learn to live more moment to moment and be more present, living in gratitude, loving our family, and appreciating the little things, the natural things, the things that remind us that God is still on the throne and that truth is steady, secure, and timeless. we will live smarter, lighter, and more flexible. Our purpose and the contemplation of the deeper meaning of life will be more the order of the day. Do you choose a world separated from its natural form and the divine order? Or one based on unity, mutual respect, and unconditional love? I would like to read for you the 24 degrees of Pisces, Sabian symbols, where Jupiter and Neptune will conjunct on 12 April 2022. And then also the inside degrees of 22 Aries, of the returned exalted sun that day. On a small island surrounded by the vast expanse of the sea, people are seen living in close interaction. The keynote, the need to consciously accept one's own personal limitations in order to concentrate one's energies and to live a centered and fulfilled life. Every individualized person is a small island in the vast ocean of mankind. The ego fulfills a necessary function, as it sets boundaries and gives a specific character to the consciousness. Within these boundaries, a complex interplay linking and integrating the various aspects of the personal life can operate constructively. In time, these ego boundaries can not only expand, but can become a zone of intense interchange between the inner and the outer, between the individual and the community, between man and the universe. The island's inhabitants get sustenance from the sea, and in time learn to navigate this sea and interact with other islanders. And all eventually will come to realize their oneness within the whole earth, which includes everything. An appropriate keyword would be centralization. 22 degrees of the exalted sun. Puppets coming alive at night. The inner worlds can be just as animated, as fully fleshed out, as vivid and vibrant as any outer world could ever hope to match. There are vast kingdoms to explore on the inner. It is all a matter of motivation. If you seek for inward substantiation, you will get it to infinity and beyond. Here you get what you ask for. Everything snowballs. It tests you mightily in that everything inside comes out. A wish like magic becomes embodied. Being so fertile and ingenious is one of the most demanding possible arenas to put yourself in. Most difficult of all is that if you fear or dread, resist or deny, these two have full power to play themselves out all the way. The inner life becomes the place where everything's happening and where you must cultivate your highest and your best, or else be treated to the validation and proof of whatever you put in there coming out again, amplified, magnified, completely full on. Please subscribe and check out the 2022 rising sign horoscopes for 2022. That will be out soon. May the sun shine bright on you this day. My prayer for you is a fearless, blessed, protected, secure, and healthy 2022. And I will finish by reading you Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade and your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Until next time.